Hey guys, today I'm going to take you through the meat of the workout. I'm going to go through the meat of the workout with you. And so I'll take you through all the exercises, we'll do them all together, and I'll try to keep up on some of the key points, the movements as we're going along. So we're going to do 2 complexes, 3 sets each, 4 exercises, and it's going to be more strength-oriented movements, a little bit of movement. We'll be sweating a little bit for sure, and at the end we'll do a little 3-set, 2-exercise finisher. And then you can get on your way. And so I'll lay out the exercise at the beginning of each set. We'll go 30 seconds on, 20 seconds off for the first 2 sets. The third set will be a 20 on, 10 off. And then again, we'll be done. So the first movement we're gonna do, or the first set of 4 movements we're gonna do, is gonna be a shuffle the plank. And so we're gonna get side to side, 2 steps, side to side, down into a plank, back up. All right, we'll keep moving for 30 seconds. We'll take a 20 seconds in between. Then we'll go to a hover to a hip extend. So we're down in a tall spine position. We're gonna extend up with one leg. A little pause at the top, and then we'll switch sides. We'll alternate back and forth for 30, then we'll take a 20-second break. Then we'll get to a back fly. And so for the back fly, we're gonna use a household implement. So I've got a couple of jars of tomato sauce here. And when we do the back fly, it's the same idea as the hovered hip extend. We want to have a nice long spine, nice tall neutral spine. We're going to row up and we're going to pause. We'll drop back down. We'll come up with speed and pause, drop back down under control. So if you need to go grab something, it'd be a good time to pause the video now and grab that before we get started. And then the 4th movement we're going to do in the first complex is going to be a sprinter sit-up. So we'll extend all the way down to the floor. And we're going to drive a leg up, and we're going to reach with our opposite elbow toward the opposite knee. And we're going to go again for 30 seconds with a little 20-second break in between. All right, so again, if you need to go grab an implement for your for your back fly, go grab it now. This is a good time. Otherwise, we'll get started. So we got 3 sets, 30 seconds on, 20 off. I'm going to get a little timer here on the Tabata timer app, and we'll get going. Starting in 5 seconds.
Get ready.
3 seconds. Good. Shuffle the plank. Good. We'll move side to side. Try to get quick in and out of that plank. Want to have a nice long hip extend. So when you go down into your plank, you want to have a nice neutral spine. So we're side to side with a couple shuffle strides. Use whatever space you have available. If you have lots of space to take long shuffles, use it. If not, you can just get a couple hops and then get down into your plank. So you want to finish every movement. That's good. You want to finish all those movements with a little butt squeeze and hip extension with a neutral spine. In 15 seconds, we've got a hover to hip extend. And so again, hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, nice tall spine. We're going to extend up, little pause, drop down, and then switch sides. And we're good. Switch. Left side up, little pause. Right side up, little pause. All the time we're thinking about extending through the hip, but maintaining a neutral spine. So we're trying not to bend through the spine. You think about extending your hip through your hip joint. Squeeze your butt at the top. Keep your head in a neutral position. And then drop back down to the start point. Right leg up, pause. Left leg up, and we're good. So in 15 seconds, we're going to go into our back fly. So remember on the back fly again, we get into a hip hinge position, tall spine. We're going to pause at the top, control on the way down, back up with a bit of speed. Pause at the top. Think about snugging those shoulder blades up, keep the shoulders away from the ears. Here we go for 30 seconds. Pause. Pause at the top. Back up, pause at the top. So again, up with a bit of tempo. Down under control. And if you find the resistance really easy, really light, you can grab, something heavier around your house. If you need to pause the video and go grab something a little bit heavier in one of your little breaks, you can do that as well. Good, little break. Sprinter sit-up. So for 30 seconds, we're going to do the sprinter sit-up. We're going to alternate sides, trying to get up nice and tall through the spine all the time. In 10 seconds we'll go. Bring your elbow to your opposite knee. Drive that hip into deep extension. Drive your knee up toward your chest. In 3 seconds. Here we go.
Exercise.
Rotate and down. Rotate and down. And again, when you lift, we're trying to keep our spine as tall as we can through the lift. So we're going to roll a little bit. We're going to get into a little bit of spinal flexion. We're trying to keep our rib cage as far away from our hips as we can. We're as close to a neutral position as we can throughout the whole movement. Try to keep it under control. Lengthen your body out at the bottom. Reach with your arms. Good. Good. Set 1 in the books. All right. Got set number 2 coming up in 15 seconds. We'll roll right through on the 30 on, 20 off timer all the way through the first set. And we'll take a little break while I explain the next exercises after we've done 3 sets. We got 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Shuffle the plank to start. Shuffle the plank. Now let's go. Down, a couple strides over. Okay, make sure when you get to that plank, we keep a nice long spine. Want to get down, right back up. Push with your feet, push with your hands, kick your hips up, squeeze your butt every time you get to the bottom. Get a little bit of tone through the abs, draw that belly button in towards your spine. And keep moving here. Good. Good work, guys. So we got a hover to hip extend again. So we're down into our hover position. Get our hands underneath our shoulders, knees underneath our hips, feet in line with your knees. In 5 seconds we'll go. A little 1 second pause at the top. Let's move through our hip joint. Go ahead. Move through your hip joint rather than your spine. 1 second pause and drop. Up, pause, drop. Up, pause, drop. And again, we'll try to keep that spine as stable as we can throughout this movement. Try not to let that spine hinge. Want to stay nice and stable through the center line. Keep your chin tucked in. Eyes should be down at the floor, not down at your knees or feet, just straight down to the floor.
Rest.
Good, pause. Good job. Lateral fly, back fly here. So remember to pause at the top. Nice soft transition to the bottom, up with a bit of speed. And again, same as the last movement. We want to keep our spine nice and tall, nice and in neutral position. Try to avoid flexing and extending. So get set. Here we go. Pause, control, up with a bit of speed. Pause, control on the way down, up with a bit of speed. Down with control, up with some speed. Get a little bit of tension in between your shoulder blades here. Everything again stays in a neutral position. So we're trying not to hold our hang our head down. You shouldn't be looking at your feet. You should try to keep your cervical spine or head and neck in line with the rest of your spine. So make sure we're not hanging our head on that one. Good stuff. We have one more in the second set, and it's the sprinter sit-up. So again, trying to keep a long spine, just like the other movements. Rotate, elbow goes toward the knee. Drop back down under control. Try to keep the bottom leg as stiff as you can. I have a little bit of trouble with my flexibility, so I bend a bit, but try to stay nice and long. Here we go. Last exercise of set 2. Down, lengthen out, up under control. Down, lengthen up elbow to knee if you can. Get to whatever level you can, guys. If you can get all the way up, you get your elbow to your knee, that's great. If you need to adjust it and keep your lower back down, that's fine. Or a bicycle crunch, whatever level you're at. Keep pushing yourself. Try to keep strong mechanics and keep moving.
Rest.
Good. There we go. Set 2 in the books. We got 2 down. You have 1 to go. So our third set starts in 12 seconds. Just like the first 2, we're going to a shuffle plank to start. Shuffle the plank to start. Want to keep moving. The last set should be our best set here. Keep moving with lots of speed. Get in and out of that plank with speed. Here we go.
Exercise.
Side to side. Down and up quick. Side to side. Down and up quick. Keep moving. Keep moving with speed. Push yourself. You have a little break after this set of 4. Moving in and out. Have that bottom position with speed. Make sure we're not dragging our hips down too much below our shoulders. Nice long spine. Remember to squeeze your abs, squeeze your butt when you get to the bottom of the movement. Moving side to side. Trying to get the heart rate up on this one.
Rest.
Good, cool, rest. Good work. That's it for the shuffle planks today. Third last exercise in the first set, hover to hip extend. Hover to hip extend. Keep those elbows nice and long as well. You got 5 seconds. 3, Here we go.
Exercise.
Right leg up, pause, drop. Left leg up, pause, drop. Right leg, pause, and drop. Keep going with that tempo. Again, try to keep your spine nice and long, in a neutral position all the time. Don't worry so much about the range of motion. Just try to ensure that all the range, all the movement is coming through your hip joint, but not your spine. Head stays neutral. Okay, good work. All right, keep moving here. We got 2 left. You got a back fly, snug up the shoulder blades at the back, on the top of the movement, and we've got our sprinter sit up. Then we'll go through complex number 2. Got our tomato sauce. 4 seconds. Hip hinge, tall spine.
Exercise.
Let's go. Snug it up. Drop under control. Up with a bit of speed. Snug, control, speed. Good. Keep moving under control. And again, spine never moves on this one. All the movement comes through our shoulder joint. A little bit of movement through our shoulder blades. You don't have to necessarily think about squeezing your shoulder blades together. You just want some tone between the shoulder blades. You want to finish with your shoulders nice and wide. Good job. That's good. Last one of the first set here. We got the sprinter sit-up. And again, scale the movement to your level if you need to. If you feel like you're getting a little bit tired through your abs, you're having trouble getting to the top, or you're feeling it more through your hip flexor, you can turn it into a static leg raise or static bicycle crunch if you need to, or you can keep going with the sprinter sit-up if you're able to. Got the last set here. Keep moving. Make sure we get that rotation. Whichever movement you're doing, try to get some rotation here. And again, if you need to be on the floor, flexing, extending through your knees and your hips, that's fine. Whatever level you're at, guys, let's meet ourselves there and try to keep pushing, keep moving.
Rest.
Great stuff. Good work. Good. Okay, we got complex number 1 in the books. So we move to number 2 here. So I'll explain it all, and then we'll get the timer on and we'll get started again. So exercise number 1 is, turn my timer down.
Recovery.
Exercise number 1 is going to be a sumo squat. So again, if you wanted to add some tension, we've talked about heavy packs. So I've got my heavy pack here in the background. If you want to add some tension to this movement, we're going toes out. We're going to get down nice and deep and come back up. So feet should be underneath the hips. No wider than shoulder width with the heels. Toes point out to the outside. Probably 45 degrees is about comfortable for a lot of people. And we're going to move in and out. Or you may choose to go with your tomato sauce or whatever you use as your implement for the back fly. All right, so maybe it's just a goblet sumo squat. In any situation, your feet are turned out to about 45 degrees. We want to get down as deep as you can get. Get as deep as you can get. Hip hinge swimmer. So similar to the back fly movement we did before, we're going to go without tension. So hip hinge, cross your arms in the back, so arms cross in behind you. And when we rotate out, you're going to turn your palm forward and up as high as you can. We'll rotate, make a heart overhead, so the backs of the hands come together, heart overhead. We internally rotate back out of the movement. We get back into that arms cross position. We're trying to keep the arms off the body all the time. So we're trying to keep the arms off the body throughout the whole movement. Really forces you to activate all the posterior musculature through your upper body. And the idea too is it lengthens out the front side a little bit. We tend to hold a lot of tension through the front side of our body, so you'll feel, the tension of the tissue in the front side, the muscles on the front side of your body actually provides a little bit of resistance for the muscles on the back. So that's a good movement. I like that one. Lateral fly. So you can grab your implement again, your tomato paste or whatever you have. So it's up, little pause, control, back up with speed. So same as the back fly, except this time we're standing tall and we're going to raise the weight up to our sides instead of back behind us in the back fly. And then the bent knee wiper. So what we're going to do for this movement is arms are going to be laid out. We're going to keep a little bit of tension in our hands for this movement to help us through the rotation. Sometimes known as a stable scap rotation or stable shoulder blade rotation. So we want to make sure that we don't get our upper body off the floor. So the idea with this movement isn't to necessarily touch your knees on the floor, but to try to get through as much rotation as you can without your upper body rotating. When you've found your end range, rotate back up to the other side. So if there's not a certain number of reps we're trying to get here, I would say you're a second or two to the bottom on each side, and you'll just keep moving for your 30 seconds on again. So pressure into your hands. We're going to rotate to the side. I'm trying to press my left shoulder into the ground as I rotate to my right. And then I'm going to rotate out the other opposite side. I'm trying to keep my right shoulder on the ground. I'm trying to pinch my knees here too. So as I move through the rotation, I'm trying not to let my knees get too far apart. Trying to keep a little tone through the adductors or through the inside of the legs. So that is your set of 4 sumo squat, hip hinge swimmer, lateral fly, bent knee wiper. We'll go through the same timing scheme. We'll go through 30 seconds on, 20 off. We'll get through 3 sets again, just like we did last time. So I'll get my timer lined up again. And we're starting in 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna grab my heavy pack and we are on. So heels underneath the hips, no wider than the shoulders. About 1 second up, 1 second down on these reps. So in 30 seconds, we should be able to get about 15 in. If you want to make it a bit harder and you don't have more weight, you can speed the movement up. All right, so we can take the tempo up a little bit. And if you feel just fine with the weight and the intensity you're at, 1 second up, 1 second down is the tempo we're looking for. Good job. Hip hinge swimmer. In 15 seconds. Again, we'll get into a nice hip hinge position. Your body doesn't need to get all the way parallel to the floor. You can have a little angle relative to the floor. Again, we're trying to keep our hands off the body. When we come out of the top and bottom, don't forget the rotation. And we're on. So arms back. We're going to go to the side. Externally rotate. Point your palms toward the ceiling if you can. Back behind your head and the heart. Back of your hands together. Now we'll release. Palms rotate. Shoulders internally rotated. And we go back behind the back. Cross the arms, release out again. Palms point up toward the ceiling again. Like a heart over your head with the back of your hands touching each other. Internal shoulder rotation on the way back down. And we're good. Good job. You should feel that through your legs a little bit too. And we've got our lateral shoulder fly next. So in 12 seconds, we're going to do our lateral shoulder fly. Remember, it's pause at the top without the shoulders coming up, so shoulders stay down. Control on the way down. Pop the weights back up to the top. Little pause. And we're on. We'll drop under control, up with speed and pause. Drop under control, up with speed and pause. Keep moving. This is a good pace. If you feel like your implement is a little light, you can try to move through your reps a little bit quicker. If your implement feels like it's a good weight for you, just keep the movement under control with your little pause at the top. So again, if you want to speed it up, you want to stay ahead of me, you don't feel like you're getting enough burn out of the movement, that's good. If you don't feel like you're getting enough burn out of any of these movements, you're feeling like a little bit more, you feel like you have good reserves today, you're not too beat up from yesterday's workout, just move with more speed. So the way to increase intensity, if you don't have a lot of weight, is to increase speed. Last one we're going to do is a bent knee wiper. All right, and we're on. Pressure into the hands, rotate out to the side, shoulder blade stays down, and rotate to the opposite side. We're going to go side to side, about 2 seconds in each direction. Keep lots of pressure in your hands. Don't forget your opposite shoulder should not be losing contact with the ground, and we're trying to pinch our knees together. So keep your knees as close together as you can. If you find that challenging, you could put a pillow between your knees. You just want something good. You may want something to remind you of the positioning of your knees. And if you feel like actually touching your knees together physically is too challenging, I'm going to grab a foam roller. I'll demo with a foam roller on the next set here. All right, we're up in 5 seconds. We've got the sumo squat. I'm going to grab my heavy pack again. I'm going to go with a bit more speed here. So I'm going to go for between 20 and 30 reps. Trying to keep up or trying to get ahead. Or if your pack's a bit heavier, you feel like getting the 15 reps in we did last time is challenging enough, then you stick there. Whatever your level of challenge you need right now to get the best workout for you, feel like you've earned, whatever you went through in the day, and specifically, earned the workout and got the sweat you needed to be in a good place physically or to help you mentally challenge yourself in that way, all right? So if the tempo I'm going at is too slow for you, or, you know, using the heavy pack that you have with you is not enough, you know, you can increase the speed or increase the weight with stuff you have around the house. The hip hinge swimmer's next. And we got 2 seconds. Hip hinge, cross the arms, big external rotation on the way back up toward the head. Cross those hands in behind the head, back of the hands together. Big internal shoulder rotation as we go back down. Cross the arms back behind the back again, not touching the body. Big internal shoulder rotation on the way up. Again, cross behind your head. Get those arms as far down your spine as you can get them. We're trying to keep our hands back up toward the ceiling as much as we can. Back up over top of the head. Good. Good stuff. All right. In 15 seconds, we've got our lateral flies again. And again, if your implements aren't heavy enough, let's increase the speed. Let's try to go for more reps. Try to make it intense, try to make it burn. We're well over halfway through the workout at this point. Here we go.
Exercise.
Try to keep my speed up a little bit. Again, whatever you need to get out of the workout, let's get that out of the workout. If you need to slow it down, if you need to speed it up, find your challenge point. Keep moving, keep moving. 10 seconds. We got 5 seconds. What was a good one? I like this speed. Good. Excellent. Last exercise of set number 2 of 3 is going to be the bent knee wiper. And we're on in 10 seconds. I'm going to do it with the foam roller here. I'll get this foam roller in between my knees. And I keep pressure on the foam roller the whole time. Don't let your shoulder blades come up. Keep your hands firmly planted against the ground as well. So whatever way I'm rotating, so I'm rotating my left, I'm going to press my left hand into the floor. And it's going to help support me so I don't fall too far out of the movement. And so I can press back the opposite direction. Trying to keep pressure in my shoulder blades all the time. So again, it's not about the range of motion your knees go through. It's about how far does your spine allow you to go without losing stability. Good. So I'm trying to get through a functional range of motion. A range of motion we can move through without moving our upper body around. Good, guys. We've got 2/3 of the way through this complex. We've got 10 seconds. And we're going to start back up with the sumo squat. Let's make this our best set. We'll grab my heavy pack. We'll go with a little bit of speed here. Let's get our toes pointed out to the outside. Your heels should be approximately underneath your hip. Again, no wider than shoulders with your heels, and then your toes are going to flare up to the side. And keep moving. You got 15 seconds left. Keep your spine nice and tall. Try not to let your pelvis tuck underneath. Try not to let your back drop forward. Sit your butt back. Keep pressure on your heel. Keep pressure on your whole foot. Don't let yourself get too far forward on your toes. And we're good. Good, we're done with our sumo squats. So we got the hip hinge hover in 10 seconds. Remember to keep your spine neutral. Get into a nice hip hinge position. Again, you want to feel this through the legs. To a little knee bend, a lot of hip bend, and we're on. Big external shoulder rotation as we come up overhead. Make a heart overhead with the back of your hands. And then we'll slide back in, back behind our back. Big external shoulder rotation, palms up toward the ceiling if you can get them up that high. Heart overhead, big internal shoulder rotation as we go back to that behind the back, arms cross position. External rotation, palms up. Internal rotation, palms around and back up toward the ceiling, and you're good. It's 30 seconds. And we've got our lateral fly. We're going to keep the pace up a little bit higher on this time again. So we've got our household implement in each hand. And we're going to go with a little bit of speed. We're going to make this our best set. We got 5 seconds till we go again. 2, 1, here we go. Let's try to get 30 reps in. Unless you got heavy weight, unless you got dumbbells, let's try to get 30 reps in with whatever household implement you may have. Keep lots of tempo. 1 rep per second. And you got 15 seconds left. Keep moving, keep moving. If it's burning, keep moving. Get yourself to keep going. Try to keep the shoulders away from the ears. Keep a nice neutral spine all the time. You want to make sure we're not flexing and extending through the spine. 2 seconds, 1 second, and we're good. We have 1 exercise left. until we get to our little 2 exercise finisher here. And we're gonna do the bent knee wiper as our last exercise here again. You got 8 seconds. 5 seconds. Palms on the ground, shoulder blades on the ground. Here we go, side to side. Rotate, shoulders stay down. Rotate back to the other side. Take a couple seconds through each range of motion. And then back to the other side. Keep your shoulders down. Keep a little bit of pressure in your hands if you need it. And again, like we were talking about last time, keep the knees nice and close together. So you want to kind of squeeze the knees together, a little bit of pressure. A little bit of adductor activity. And we're good. And we're great. Good, okay. We've got a new timing scheme for this one, so we'll go to a common Tabata set. So it'll be 20 seconds of work, and it will be a 10-second rest. And we're going to go through 3 sets. Lunge jump for 20 seconds. So hands on, we'll go, arm swing, lunge jump. So we're going side to side, arm swing, lunge jump, absorb. You can get lots of depth, but make sure we're putting pressure into the ground. Feel your muscles activate when you get to the bottom. So 20 seconds of lunge jumping, 10-second rest, 20 seconds of mountain climbing. Let's keep the time up, let's keep the tempo up. You've only got 20 seconds of work here and 3 sets of each exercise. So we'll go 20 seconds there, 10-second rest. We'll go all the way through in that Tabata timer. We're only doing 3 sets of each. And at the end, we're done. That's it. That's it for the workout. So let me set up the timer here. We'll get the 20 on, 10 off. Timing scheme set up. Like I mentioned, we're going to do 3 sets of each. And this is it. All right. We got 5 seconds, guys. Lunge jump with arm swing, 20 seconds. Here we go. That's good. Pressure into the ground. Jump nice and high. Don't forget to swing your arms. When you hit the ground, feel your muscles turn on and push you back up to the other side. So we want to have lots of depth. We don't want to be all the way down. Let your muscles decelerate you at the bottom. Don't let your knee touch the ground. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1. Good. 8 seconds. We're back up into a mountain climber. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Keep the tempo up nice and high. Try not to bob around too much. Your body should stay pretty steady as your feet move in and out like pistons. Keep your shoulders over top of your hands. You got 5 seconds. Good work. Good, we got a 10-second break. Lunge jump, arm swing again. 4 seconds. 2, 1, here we go. Here we go. Let's finish strong, guys. Got a good workout if you got with it to this point. I got about a minute and a half left. Let's finish strong. Arms back, arms up. Pressure into the ground. Keep 90% of your weight, 80 to 90% of the weight. Good. On the front foot on those lunge jumps. Try to keep your weight forward. 5 seconds. Mountain climber. Here we go. Keep moving, keep moving. We're almost home. 12 seconds. Keep driving those knees toward the chest. Body stays steady. Extend the hip, drive the knee. Extend the hip, drive the knee. 2 seconds. Good. Got one more round, guys. We're almost there. Keep with it. Stick with it. Let's make this our best set. Let's get lots of reps. And we're up. Let's go. Last set. Drive the arms. Press into the ground. Jump high. Jump high. Halfway. 10 seconds. Keep those arms going. Come on, guys. 5 seconds. Good. Last one of the day. 5, 3. Here we go. Here we go. Keep your speed. Keep your tempo. Last one. Let's burn it out.
Good, last 6 seconds. Come on, with speed. Body stays steady. Moving in and out like pistons.
Rest.
Good.
Workout pause. Workout reset.
Great stuff, guys. Thanks so much for joining. Thanks in general for being part of the program, for sticking with your fitness. I mean, it's not, that was a good sweat. It's not easy times right now, but, the fact that you're part of the program and you're sticking with it, if you're watching this video, you've made a commitment to yourself, and the people around you, the people in your bubble, people that need you, to your physical, well-being, and in effect, your mental well-being. And so, thank you very much. That was fun. And I'll see you next time. Bye.